Hey there, everybody. Welcome into today's edition of ESPN FC Extra Time. We have your tweets, and we have a trio of analysts ready to answer your questions. Stevie, Shaka, and Ale, a surprise replacement for the, and this is no surprise, technology-troubled Ian Darke, who was supposed to be in Extra Time today. First question. Actually, before we get to the first question, Shaka, you were very adamant during your power rankings about the amount of games in hand that Juventus had. How many was that? Could you show us that again? Yeah.
That's incorrect.
I went for zero.
That is actually incorrect. They have a game in hand, just for consistency's sake here, just so we give context, the proper context there to all the research that went into Shaka's power rankings. First question from Luis. Once the Manchester United players run out of juice, will Man City and Liverpool finally break away from the pack? Stevie, what do you think?
Well, you could turn around and say that once Man City and Liverpool run out of juice, then United will run away.
Good analysis. Yes, that is correct.
Well,
Who's most likely then
clearly,
to run out
if they run
of
out of juice. Listen, if they're going to run out of juice, regardless of who it is, you're not going to win games, are you?
Okay, great. So Craig's not here to complain about the question. Stevie's complaining about it.
Hold on. Let's change it round then. How about if Bruno Fernandes runs out of juice? That would be more to the point.
Okay.
And I guess the answer would be 100% yes.
Very well. Gentlemen, is the stage set for Major League Soccer to host the last dance between Ronaldo and Messi? How likely is this scenario? Ale, what do you think? Messi and Ronaldo to close out their careers in MLS?
It would be a dream for MLS and MLS fans. I don't know that it's realistic to think of both of them coming to Major League Soccer. It's going to take a major investment, not only from individual clubs, but also from the league as well. But I'm sure that there'll be teams lining up for the opportunity to have either Ronaldo or Messi. But who are those teams that are really capable of putting up that sort of money and who are interested? Everybody's interested, but who's able to make this sort of commitment? Because it would be a huge financial commitment. I think it would be ideal for MLS. It would be a dream come true. I don't see both of them, but maybe one of them ending their career here in Major League Soccer.
Ale, either or, who would you rather take on your MLS team?
If it was my MLS team, I would have Lionel Messi. If I'm thinking of the league and marketing purposes and a guy that would like to be at the forefront of every marketing effort, I would take Cristiano Ronaldo.
All right. Quite a good political answer there, pleasing all parties. Austin asks, as a player, when things have gotten away from your team and the opposition is having their way, like what happened to Chelsea last weekend when City got in a groove, what are some things you can do to halt the onslaught and right the ship outside of simply playing better? Stevie, what are the nuggets that would get you out of a bad situation?
Well, it's dead easy. Physically manhandle them. Unfortunately, that's a little difficult to do these days. Today would have to be a tactical move, which would mean bringing everybody back behind the ball. Kind of Roman warrior-esque, get everybody in and make them go around the outside. But back in my day, you absolutely could physically rattle a couple of people and slow them down a little bit without getting yourself sent off the field.
Next question. I don't know if this person knows Stevie personally, but seems to have some insight into Steve's plans for 2021. Stevie is planning to go on a diet this year. What lifestyle changes are the boys doing? Shaka, any lifestyle changes for the coming year?
I'd like to go back to the first part of that. Stevie's planning on going on a diet this year?
I'm already on it.
Yeah, you've not noticed?
No, sorry.
Sarcasm is the lowest form of wit, I believe.
I'm not being sarcastic.
I'm not at a crisp.
Yeah.
Sorry, not at a chip, not at a potato.
Really?
I'm not at carbs.
Wow.
I'm not at a beer.
Very
Last time
impressive.
I had all that nonsense
Well,
was
in my
like
defense, I
a
haven't
million
seen
miles
Stevie.
away, but it was only last Sunday.
Time does
I
change
haven't
here,
seen
huh?
you, Stevie, since this monumental change in your life? Maybe, so
Well,
I'm
wait till
sorry,
you see him in person. Very
I didn't know.
Shaggy,
I
you
do
might not
have a
recognise
question.
me the next time you see me.
I have a question.
Please,
Much like
please
Manchester
identify
United.
yourself right next.
Much like Manchester United, will this diet effort run out of juice soon? I'm just.
I have to say I'm in a very positive mood at the moment, so I don't need any negativity in my life. Thank you very much.
And to be fair, a week for Stevie on a diet is that's a long time for Stevie. They don't normally last a full
Yeah.
week. Well done, Steve.
No, they don't. No, a week. That's a good sign. A week it means it's going to
Yeah.
carry on. Usually I cave in after like 2 days. Not this time.
You've cracked it. You've cracked that elusive 1 week barrier.
Time is warped in the quarantine anyway, so a week feels kind of like a month, if not more. Next question was for Ian Darke, who we mentioned unfortunately couldn't be with us because of some technical issues. Ian trying to download Skype was really a mountain that was impossible for us to conquer here as a show. So the question was for Ian, but it's about center back pairings. Connor, Cody,
Hey,
Harry
actually, tell everybody how long we actually. So me and Shaka were sat on our chairs at home like this.
Yeah.
For how long? Tell the viewers, how long did we sit like this?
I believe we were supposed
1 hour.
to start the session at about 3, and we probably didn't
3.
start taping till about 4. So yeah, it was a good hour.
Yeah,
Correct. We sat for an hour.
You knew it was going to be. You knew it was going to be a long day when Steve offered his technical support, technical advice to Ian Darke.
I mean, you've got resources available. Why don't you use them?
Yeah.
That's how bad it was.
What was less heartening, that or the moment when Ian Darke asked us for his own password?
I even got myself a cup of tea. Sorry, coffee.
Oh God.
Man. All right.
Wait. Run that by me again.
Hey, no
Ian
milk.
asked for his own password.
Oh, sugar.
Ian was asking for a password, but it was his password that he was asking us for. So at that point, and that was like 40 minutes in. So at that point, I figured it was going to be tough. It was going to be tough. Anyway, this question: Connor, Cody, Harry Maguire, Eric Dyer, Harry Maguire, John Stones, Harry Maguire, or Connor, Cody, John Stones. Which duo should Gareth Southgate's preferred option be for the upcoming Euros? Stevie, you're our defensive expert on this panel. Who would you pick?
Well, the two men in form are John Stones and Eric Dyer. Whether you think they're the best players, generally, you could have a good old argument or a discussion. But right now, the men in form are Eric Dyer and John Stones. Listen, the two best defensive records in the Premier League are Tottenham and Manchester City. And two huge pieces of that are Eric Dyer at Tottenham and John Stones at Man City.
Very well. Final question, and I know where this is going, from our good friend Rob. Would you ever let your significant other cut your hair? Of course, this in the context that I did allow my significant other to cut my hair, have for quite some time during this quarantine, and it didn't really all go all that well. I'll kind of turn.
Well, Ali will. This is just a buzz cut, isn't it? His son could do it. His dog could do it. He could just lie down and the dog could do it for him.
And now I have to say, I used eyeshadow. The trick is, if this ever happens to any of you, you use eyeshadow to just kind of patch it in there, and you can see it covers it up. She said no one would even notice. Oh man.
Hey, she's got a lot of equity.
Yes, totally. She
married
me.
you.
Yeah.
What else you want?
No, I can't complain. Certainly not about the haircuts. Certainly not about that.
Oh no, do complain about the haircut, but it doesn't matter. It's funny still.
Shaka, Ian, Alejandro, of course, Ian is not here. Did you ever get a haircut as bad as Seb's prior to an event? And how did you cover it up so you looked presentable? All right, worst haircut stories. Stevie?
No.
No? Who cuts your hair? Has it been cut in 30 years?
Well, actually, no. I'll tell you
This
what.
takes a helmet
I've
off.
got one. I was pre-season, and we played a game on the Tuesday night, and I got a cut down me. Somebody caught the stud on the side of my face, and I just had a little furrow, right, just a wee one, but it was long. And the following day, I went to get a haircut, and asked the guy for a 1 instead of a 2, and so I pretty much looked like a skinhead, and I had a huge cut down the side of my face. I must have looked like a complete and utter thug. So that would probably be it.
Stevie, what do you think this is with your expert opinion? Is it a 1 or a 2 that she did there? Is it a 1, 1 or a 2? What do you think?
Well, it's very difficult considering the only person I can see is myself.
Ah, okay. Wow. You're like the podcast listeners. They missed the visual there.
Fortunately, I can't see it.
Yeah, no, you are truly missing out. All right, that's it for today's edition. We'll see if my hair grows back for tomorrow's show. Thanks to Shaka, thanks to Stevie, thanks to Alan, thanks to all of you for sending us your questions via Twitter.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.